Did you know that some shadows don't belong to the sun? They say the old St. Jude's Church has been empty for 70 years. Locals whisper it wasn't the fire that emptied it. It was the sound. The structure still stands on Widow's Hill. Stone cracked, stained glass shattered into jagged, dark teeth. It's a skeletal monument against the bruised twilight sky. We went up there last October. 3 of us armed with cheap flashlights and foolish bravery. The air inside was thick cold despite the mild autumn night. Dust motes danced in the thin beams of our lights, looking like trapped ghosts trying to escape. The silence was the first lie. It pressed in, heavy, then fractured. A whisper, so faint like dry leaves skittering across concrete. We froze. Nothing. Just the sound of our own ragged breathing echoing in the nave. We moved toward the altar, rotted wood draped in cobwebs thicker than funeral shrouds. That's when the whispering started again. Not one voice. Coming from asterisk beneath asterisk the floorboards. It wasn't English or Latin. It was guttural, primal. It sounded like prayer stripped of hope. Like hungry mouths praying for darkness. Mark dropped his flashlight. It clattered, the beam spinning wildly across the decaying walls, illuminating dark shapes that seemed to shift just beyond the light's reach. Then the rhythm started. A slow, deliberate asterisk thump from below. Slow, measured, like something enormous, something ancient, turning over in its grave. One of the voices got louder, closer. It wasn't a whisper anymore, it was a desperate plea, muffled by the stone, yet sharp enough to pierce your skull. It called a name, not mine, not Mark's, a name none of us knew. We ran blind panic, scrambling out into the cool night air, tasting the dirt and the fear. We didn't stop until we hit the main road. Later, reviewing the audio recorder I managed to keep hold of, now mistake, perhaps. There was only static, punctuated by that rhythmic asterisk, thumping asterisk. But right before the static choked the recording, one clear, wet sound cut through a sigh, not of relief, of disappointment. They didn't want us to leave. They were just waiting for us to listen closer now, when the house is quiet late at night. Sometimes I press my ear against the floor just to be sure. And sometimes I swear I can still hear that slow, patient asterisk, thumping asterisk from the world underneath. Tell me, when you are alone in the dark, what do you hear beneath your own floorboards?